football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Already here, they'll audible to something else. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Broncos, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Brandon Jones got in there and knocked that away. When you look at this Bronco defense, this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up. For in run defense, they're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. At the 43-yard line.
Hey, the clip.
Throwing now is Gino. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center. The guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Bryant has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Pat Bryant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, here's Smith. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Geno going to hand it to Genty. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Completes this one to Thornton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
First down, it's Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can throw the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him. An excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers laying himself out in the end zone. And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. That Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. And now they'll shift things around. To throw is Nix. Bryant with a catch right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6.
At the Raiders' 28-yard line.
Nix from the shotgun. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. So the completion good for just 3. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. The Folks' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. And the Raiders first down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Thornton, the motion man right. Throwing is Smith. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Broncos 10.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
At at the 32-yard line.
Here's Nix. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. Down to the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 67 yards. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14.
Broncos 17, Raiders 14.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. On the return, Trey Tucker. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Raiders take over first and 10. That's our own 30-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll get this out to Genty. And some space here. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty, 51 yards. As his guys have now moved out in front. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Next to score, Raiders 21, Broncos 17.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Captain.
Now it's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. finding space at the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
Throwing Nix. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Off the play fake. Nix. Got him in. Here it's Bryant. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Pat Bryant with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have yet again retaken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now a 2nd and 2. Thornton, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. Here we go on 4th. Smith. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And Smith here, an audible at the line. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. A run out of the gun with Genty. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw is Smith. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That is incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Smith throwing again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 4th down. A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Nix. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And now Nick Folk. His career long, 56 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Operating from the gun. Nix. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Nix. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron with Stokes. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Now Gino. He'll find Jensen out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll sneak it with Smith. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. After the run, Smith going to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Geno Smith. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
Well, being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead. Tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point, you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Operating from the gun, Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Bombers.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Broncos 33, Raiders 28.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Genty. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Smith going to move him around. Gino now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Up the middle, it's Genty. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
To throw is Nix. He gets his spin to the hands of Harvey.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd and 6. Nix to the air. Throw out wide is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Nix looking to throw again. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
To throw, here's Nix. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Pass right side, caught by Thornton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And now Smith going to change the play. They'll run straight ahead with Genty. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Trey Tucker, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Broncos 40, Raiders 38.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. And now an audible here into something else. Here's Nix. Open man right side is Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. That is caught by Bryant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Back to the air with Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him. A handful of touchdowns to his credit thus far. Now he's just crossing off yardage milestones, and win or lose, his name has to be in serious discussion for player of the game.
Marvin Mims, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a two-score game and a solid lead.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
On for the extra point is Folk. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score. Broncos 47, Raiders 38.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now it's Smith. Completes this one to Thornton. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
On the give, Genty. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Smith to throw. He'll get this out to Genty. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 at the 27-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now it's Nix. got a man here. It's Bryant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
It's caught by Bryant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Nix. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but
no chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now on second down. And Smith here, and audible at the line. Throwing now is Gino. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Nick Bonito in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Smith's going to throw it. That's caught by Thornton. And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here's Smith. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Denver, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.